Good morning, welcome everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be giving you a prediction reading for the 26th of September. Now, for anyone that's new here, I just let my guides channel through to you and get messages to you. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Hit those like buttons, guys, that helps me heaps. And leave me messages down below. You know I love hearing from you. I'll close my eyes and we'll get started and we'll just see what comes up. I'm getting this visual of things like fading away into the distance. And it almost feels like that collapsing of the narrative. So it almost feels like it's fading into the distance, which would be wonderful for us to hear that on my channel, wouldn't it? But I am getting this fading. I'm getting like the CV virus. It's showing me the CV, like really big, like CV, really big. And it's showing me that it's shrinking. That it's shrinking down into this tiny little, over here we've got a little CV. So it is shrinking down. I still don't think this is all over. And I think most of us here on my channel know it's not over. They're very good at creating new, well, we'll say variants, but they try new things. We know they've been trying the Mpox, the measles, all these kind of things. We know that they're very good at rolling these things out. So I don't feel like it's ended by a long shot, but there has been this like shrinkage of the CV virus narrative. And we know that there has, because we know now they're focused on everything else. Gosh, they're pretty much touching every aspect and avenue of people's lives now. They're still talking about putting interest rates up here in Australia, as we know that was going to always happen. I'll just see where else we go, but that's not a bad thing if we're seeing the CV kind of shrinking, because I think we're all over the word CV, to be honest. Every time I hear it, I just, I know you guys be the same out there. It just, it sort of triggers that response in us, doesn't it? I know you guys understand it, but I don't think that's the end of, you know, as we talked about here, you don't build factories for Moderna and that for no reason, do you? I'll just see where else we go with this today. Hang on. For some reason they're giving me shingles. Shingles is crazy on the rise. It's one of those things that once you've got it in your system, it's very hard to get rid of. So I am getting that shingles, as we know here. So many things are on the rise. Just out of the blue, it just all started happening. So I'm getting that shingles is on the rise. Oh my God. Apparently it's very painful for anyone out there that's had it. But I am getting that that's definitely on the rise. We're going to see more and more cases of that. That's something that is really becoming like epidemic now. Wouldn't surprise me if they bring out a, for that. We know that they're very good at just magically creating a solution for everything. But I am getting shingles is on the rise. And it's kind of one of those really contagious things too. So they're going to, I am getting something around this shingles epidemic. God, it's just getting crazy, isn't it? But I am getting that that's on the rise. So, keep washing your hands and using your hand sanitizers. I would probably recommend that still. Oh, God. Oh, my God. What have they done to people, honestly? Isn't it hard to stand back and watch all this playing out? It really is. Let's see where else we go today. I'm getting the word liberty. Now, the other day we had the Statue of Liberty again, which represents staying in your power, staying ignited. When you think of the Statue of Liberty with that torch, it's staying ignited in your own power. But I feel like people have had their liberty taken from them for so long, and we know a lot of places have. For example, Melbourne here, 2 years of lockdowns, and so many of you over there, I know Canada, gosh, they've had their liberty sort of stolen from them, and I'm getting this well, it's showing me an image of like Joe Biden, the way he walks around trying to shake hands with people, but the they're connecting that visual of Biden to a lot of the people that are waking up, because now they're very lost. It's like they're like looking around and what do we do next? What's happening? What? There's a lot of this confusion in these people. Oh my God, and they're they're questioning everything, as in sort of dumbfounded. But they've had their liberties taken off them for so long. It's like they can't find their own direction, because they're so used to being, as we know here, controlled, manipulated, and steered down a certain path, that they're struggling now. When they get off that path, they're like lost. And that's why I'm getting that which we see a lot, image of Joe Biden, because he's very lost. We all know that here. But a lot of these people waking up are very lost too, because they're not understanding this. They really aren't. They're not understanding what the hell's going on. It's like another letter, for example, come in the mail where their interest rates in their housing loan have gone up again, and they're like, and then something else happens. And then, for example, here, my bank's closing down in my small country town. So these are the things. Let me know down below if you're experiencing these things, because there's so much happening. Oh my God, it's happening so fast too, that these people, because they lost their liberties, they're struggling to get back in their, I'm just going to call it the Statue of Liberty power. But that's what I'm finding. There's this confusion, the loss, what's happening. There's this, it's that, it's not that it's chaotic. It's bewildering is the word that I'm looking for. That's how a lot of these people waking up. They're bewildered by what's going on. Because like I said to you, it's like they've been, it's like they've been guided for the last couple of years. You do this, you do that, your QR code, you check in, you wear your mask. There's been a lot of this clear direction. And now it's becoming very unclear. But it's becoming all like, I'm going to say muffled, like noise. But it's becoming all jumbled up into a big pile of, I'm getting this visual now of like all the laundries being chucked in one basket. So it's almost like government's chucked all the, I said about the dirty laundry a few months ago getting thrown on a lot of these people waking up, but it's like all the laundry's being just chucked in one basket. And that can be very frustrating to people sometimes, because often we like to be organised and have the smalls in one basket and the coloureds in one basket and the sheets and towels in one basket. But the government has thrown everything into one basket, and now it's set these people waking up into a state of confusion, like where do I start, where do I begin? So it's almost like they've got to sift through and sort through the basket, like sorting out the washing. That's the example the guides are giving me, like sorting out the washing. They've got to start to put these things now in a category, because now, as we all know here on my channel, this is no longer about the CV virus, which we knew it never was. That was just the first stepping stone to the great rollout of the reset agenda. But they're going to have to figure that out now, because they're going to have to break everything down. If you think about it, you think of the enormity of what is coming at them. I mean, we're very fortunate that we've seen this for a long time. We knew about so many things that were coming with this rollout. But now these people are having to work all this out and empty out their laundry basket and put things into a category. All right, home loans are going up. All right, they're trying to make it a cashless society. All right, why are they pushing us down the road of renewables? All right, why are they coming after farmers? What's this about gas emissions? And it goes on and on and on. And even here, we know that they're bringing out the big corporate medical centres. I've told you about them here in New South Wales and Victoria, to take the pressure off the hospitals. So you got to think what is in this laundry basket for these people waking up. They've got a lot of stuff to sift through and sort out and get into its appropriate category before they can even start to understand it. Let me see where else we go today, but that's the image I'm getting for a lot of these people. They're looking like Joe Biden, like, huh? There's this, huh? If anyone watches those videos of Carl Vernon and John Talks and all that, God, funny as, they're having these, huh moments where they're like this. It's a shock. It's a shock when your life is being taken from you. When you originally thought all this was about a virus and that your government was really helping you and trying to protect and save everybody. And now they're just throwing you to the wolves, aren't they, really? Well, that's what we would say it is, like throwing you to the wolves, to be eaten alive. That's pretty much what government's doing to most people globally. I'll see if there's anything else today. Hang on a sec. Oh, the guides are saying, have you noticed how the Netherland farmers have been like pushed aside? There's not much going around on the narrative with the Netherland farmers. But they're still fighting that fight. It's saying to me they're still fighting that fight. They're still trying to represent the farmers globally because they know they can make a difference. See, in their mind, they know those Canadian truckers made a difference and woke a lot of the world up to the garbage. So these Netherland farmers, they're tireless in their fight. They're not going to give up. We know it's all pushed down the algorithm. Oh, quick, push that down the algorithm so nobody sees them dumping any more poop and hay and all that and blocking all the highways and roads or whatever they're doing over there. Have anyone seen any of that? Probably not. It's gone pretty quiet, hasn't it? And it's not that they've been dulled down. It's just that they're being hidden out of sight. Push them under the rug, under the carpet. Do your sweeping and hide all the dust and dirt and debris under the carpet. We know how government works. Well, that's what they're doing. It's not over yet in Netherlands. I'm definitely getting that. Because they started waking other farmers up globally. They did. It started to happen and, ooh, no, they didn't like that, did they? Because that put the spotlight straight on the reset agenda again. Let's see if there's anything else today. Hang on. Oh, some of the images we get, honestly, I'm getting this visual of all these leaders now in a giant swimming pool, and they're on these like floaty toys, like they're on flamingos. You know, you get those blow-up toys that you put in the pool. There's flamingos and motorbikes, and you can get all sorts of things, big bananas and all that. And it's showing me all these leaders in the pool, and it's like someone's under the pool and popping a pin into their inflatable toys, and they're starting to deflate. So I'm getting that around these global leaders. They're feeling a little deflated. They haven't gone right down yet, but they can feel that that things are starting to deflate. So don't be surprised if they have to have another global meeting, because we know a lot of them have flown back and they're trying to do this kind of on their own now. But they're feeling a little bit deflated because what they're realising is that people aren't jumping on board. And they're giving me that song. They're giving me that song by Robbie Williams. We actually had the AFL Grand Final here, which is a football game. It's called Australian Rules Football, Aussie Rules. And they had Robbie Williams sing. And I'm sure he sang this song, that Jump on Board, Hitch a Ride. Well, that's the image I'm getting. They're giving me that song, like government doesn't understand why we're not jumping on board. Their wonderful reset agenda plan, and it's like the train that could take you, we know it's going to take you to nowhere, but the train to, you know, saving your planet and having a better world. Well, that's the song I'm currently getting at the moment, is that jump on board, take a ride. And that's the government's wanting us to do that, but no one's doing it. So we know there's a few that do, that follow the narrative, but there's someone's gone underneath and popping all their inflatable toys in the pool. And it's showing me like people like Trudeau are struggling to balance, and Jacinda Ardern, Elbow, Macron. Oh, and now we've got Liz Truss, should be in the pool on their floaty. She's got a white swan that she's on, they're saying. So there's all this, it's starting to become, the reset agenda is starting to become a little deflated. Like these leaders' energy is a little deflated, and it's showing me that they're not as empowered. If you look at their body language and that, I love body language. I've got videos on body language if anyone's interested in that. I'll leave one over here actually, because I've got quite a few of those. But they're not as upbeat as they were. Well, probably Trudeau is the only one who keeps in his superpower. But the rest of them are a little bit quieter. They're not as full on in your face, are they? We know they're still distracting everybody, but they're feeling this little bit of deflation around everything that they're trying to roll out. So it's making, I kept saying yesterday they had cracks in their reset agenda, but it's making them feel unstable in the swimming pool now on their floaties floating around. Oh, honestly, the images we get on this channel, but it's not like they're sinking and drowning yet. Not yet. Fingers that someone keeps popping these pins in their inflatable toys in the pool, but it is showing me that they're sort of, they can feel something's a little unstable and like the air might be going out of their blow up toys. So that's what I'm getting, because their body language, like I said, it's not as confident and reassured, and you know, it's not easy when you're trying to stop people from seeing the truth, isn't it? Because people talk, look at all of us, we talk all the time, we share information, and like I always say to you, once information's out there, it's out there for good. They're bubbles of truth. I always talk about that. Once they're popped, they're out there. We can screenshot, we can record things on our phones. The world's very different, and these are the kind of things that the elites, as much as they thought of a lot of detail and a lot of things moving forward, which we know they have, they're very creative. Look how they've used the virus to create myocarditis and clots, and CV can cause you everything. What was it now, the latest here in Australia? Is it Australia or Canada somewhere? Yes, gas cooktops and all this now cause asthma in children. Yes, so they have pretty much covered everything. But they did forget a lot of avenues about, oh, what if people wake up? I think they forgot that bit, didn't they? And how their waking up movements are growing. That's something they can't control, see? It's like the global walkout. If any of you are new here, the global walkout is every Monday. There's a team that has come up with ideas that can push back against government in different ways rather than protesting. Where we use cash, we get off mainstream media. Actually, this afternoon, I forgot to check what it is today. I'll get on the Savo and let you guys know what that is, the next global walkout, because it is Monday morning, isn't it? I forgot about that, sorry. But I will do it this afternoon. I'll do a video with my doggos and I'll let you know what the walkout is. But these are ways of pushing back against government. If we continue to use cash and do all the things that they don't want us to do, that's a way of pushing back as well against government. So these things are happening. See, these are the things that they forget, how creative and how, how creative really a lot of freedom fighters and people that push back against government can be. Look at the Netherlands farmers, brilliant, blocking the highways with all their poop and hay. That's a brilliant idea, you know, because it puts the spotlight on them globally, and they don't like the spotlight, do they? Because it exposes the truth. I'll just see if there's something else to close with today. They're showing me like these global leaders. See, all these global leaders want to do, and the guides are saying to me, all they want to do is like put the cherry on the top. So it's like they've sort of constructed the cake, they've got the icing on, and all they want to do now is get the cherry on the top. And that could be around a few things. It could be about them being the winner, because we know how competitive these global leaders are, but it could also be about everything going smoothly, and now they can be rewarded and put the cherry on the top, and they can wipe their hands, it's all finished and it's all rolling out. But it hasn't happened. The cherry hasn't gone onto the top of the cake. It's almost like showing me like that cherries are out of season. It's like we've all stopped growing cherries, so there's no cherries anywhere, because we know that we're the proactive freedom fighters who grow our fruit and veggies and things like that. But they're saying they can't, this is just an analogy, they can't get hold of a cherry. And it's not going to be the same with a strawberry on top, or a blackberry or a blueberry or any of these kind of things. It has to be the cherry on top, but they're nowhere near finding a cherry. It's just, there's no, oh yay, the rollout's done and we're off we go. That's not happening, because there's no cherry on top moment. And that's what I'm going to leave you with today. Oh my God. So, you know, they've constructed a pretty decent cake and put a lot of icing on. They put their icing on the cake, but then everybody started waking up again, and it's caused the cherry to disappear because they can't find a cherry. So I'm going to take that as a positive today, that there's another big hold up in their rollout plan, because that's a pretty major part, isn't it? So that's what I'm going to leave you with today. Have a wonderful day, everybody. It's lovely and sunny here. I'm going to go out in my garden spend some time with my doggos. And I will come on this afternoon and let you guys know about the global walkout. And don't forget to subscribe. Hit those like buttons, guys. It helps me heaps. And I will catch up with you this afternoon. Take care, everybody. Bye from Australia. Bye.